Welcome back to Odds with Ends. This is a segment we like to call Pros vs. Joes. Let's find out where the public is putting their money. Let's find out where the sharps are putting their money so we can tell you where to put your money, your cheese, your Skrilla, so we can try to make you some money on this divisional weekend. Kiwi, what's the first game you're looking at?
The first one, I'm really interested in your perspective in terms of how you're going to bet on this one because what we talked about, Cincinnati, Tennessee, Derrick Henry, is he going to play? Is he going to be effective? The line right now is Tennessee minus 3.5. Where are the pros? Where are the Joes? What do you see? How do you see this one?
This line opened at 3 and went up to 3.5, and I've seen it go to minus 115, which is like a little juiced up 3.5, and I've seen it go back down to 110, but I haven't seen it go back down to 3. It stayed above that key number of 3, which is interesting. Right now, the Titans are getting 63% of the tickets, while they're getting 84% of the money. That's a 21% difference. That means the sharps, the big money bettors, the guys with deeper pockets are putting more money on the Titans. The confidence level on the Titans is a little higher. I will say this. Earlier in the week, a guy that I respect and talk a lot of betting with immediately Monday morning sent out to me, said, hey, take the Titans money line. It was like minus 140 at that point. And now that's all the way up to minus 190. So a guy that I respect, he immediately was like, I like this matchup for the Titans. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, 63% of tickets, 84% of money means the sharps are on Tennessee.
The money on the Titans, baby. Well, there's another iconic matchup when we talk about NFL history. San Fran at Lambeau facing Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. So, if, we got icons. Where's the iconic dollars at, bro? Where's the dollars at in this crazy matchup?
Forget about all that frozen tundra. Where's the money at?
Where's the money at?
Agreed. All right, Packers right now getting 56% of the tickets, but the Niners are getting 68% of the money. So a majority of people making it to the window are betting on the Packers, but when you look at the money, where's the most money at? It's going on the Niners. That's a big signal that sharps are on the Niners. I expected that. Okay. Because of all the things we talked about, a bad special teams unit, bad against the run, bad against tight ends, all the things that the Niners do really well and want to get going, it seems like the Packers have a hard time. Hey, and let's be serious. The Aaron Rodgers has had trouble against the Niners the last few years. We saw it in the NFC Championship. We saw it during the regular season. So that doesn't surprise me at all that the sharps are looking at the Niners.
All right, so our next matchup, the Rams and the Buccaneers. Yeah. Now, the Rams this year, they went all in on the Super Bowl now. They put all their money in on making it this year. Now, the Buccaneers, they're the defending champs. Tom Brady, a lot of injuries, though. Where's the money going in this matchup?
Yeah, the money right now, 59% of the tickets are on the Rams, but the Bucs are getting 65% of the money. Okay. People are going to Old Faithful Tom Brady, and they're looking for him to cash the tickets. People have a really hard time, no matter what's going on with the injuries, with anything. They see Tom Brady at home, they're going to back him. I think this is of all the games on the weekend that I'm not touching. I'm not betting the Niners and the Packers, and I'm also not betting Bucs Rams. I don't know what's going to happen. I think that's the coin flip. And if you must have action on that game, I would look to take the points, take the 3 points, and just sit back because, like we were talking about, I don't know, are they going to get pressure on him? I'm worried about if the Rams fall behind, can they catch up? Because Brady, that's the most prolific offense in the league. Right. He led the league in everything, yards, touchdowns, the whole nine, right? And Stafford in the offense has been struggling a little bit. So if they fall behind, I'm worried that the Rams can catch up. But if they don't need to catch up because Donald and those guys are on them, it's a completely different game. So, but I'm not surprised by that because people see Brady. Yeah. If I'm going to bet anything, I'll just bet Tom Brady and hang out and watch the game. What's the last one?
So that being said, those are the games you won't touch. So that means you'll actually touch this one. Yeah. Buffalo at Kansas City, what I think, the young gunslingers, like we said, and defensive matchup, small line. Where do you see this one going?
Yeah, I like Buffalo in this game, but really quick, the Chiefs are getting 60% of the tickets. The Bills are getting 79% of the money. That's a 39% difference. The sharp guys, the people with the deep pockets, the people you want to be lining your money up with are on the Bills. They like the Bills. They like the matchup. The Bills have been rolling, and what they saw last, people are really, like, there is something to week, like, putting too much, like, oh, man, that, like, changing your opinion week by week. But the Bills, what they did to that Belichick defense, I think you could put a little more emphasis on what happened last week. I think Josh Allen was doing his thing, and I think that they're not spooked by the Chiefs. They've
Yeah.
seen these guys before. Right. They've been to Arrowhead in the AFC Championship. I think they're going to be locked in, ready to go. I'm telling you right now, I bet Buffalo. I have money on the Buffalo Bills. It's this pocket right here.
Okay.
A +2 ticket on the Bills. So I like it. I like it. I like it.
Out there.
Do you guys feel me on staying away from that Bucks Rams
I'm
game?
terrified because you don't know which Rams team is going to show up.
That's
true.
You know, they've had games where they're explosive, they're playing well on defense, and then they'll come back, and it's like, what happened to this team?
Yeah.
So, you know, I think it's just too much.
Bucks.
Yeah, 100%.
Same thing with the Bucks.
Yeah, my concern, like I said, with the Bucks, aside from the distractions, you know, I look at Chris Godwin was one of those X factors in the Tampa Bay offense. Obviously, Leonard Fournette, signs are looking good for Fournette to return to the offense. But when you're talking about it's championship football, it's the players, right? Mm-hmm. It's these, and like I said, those injuries at this point in the season. And when I look at something about Sean McVay's eye, he persuades me that he wants this real bad. Yeah.
At this level in the playoffs, you know, like passion and intensity and experience mean a whole lot. Like you can motivate and gather a group of guys around and get them all individually to do way more than they thought they could do. You know, like I said last week, I was like, there are guys who haven't been watching film all year who all of a sudden are now spending the time. At this round in the playoffs, the majority of the guys on these teams have all been watching film. You know what I mean? Like a lot of those guys were eliminated last week. We saw that. So this is a round of the playoffs where, you know, it's everything's on the line.
Everything's on the line.
Follow the money. It'll tell you everything you need to know. That's when you're if you're ever confused on what's going on, find out where a majority of the money is being placed, and guys that might have more information, that's where they're putting their money.